Bernie Eisel trying to set Luke Rowe up for this point, as I can see Russell Downing as well getting in the mix there for Endura Racing.
Rowe's 4th overall at 14 seconds, so every second you can grab is vital in this competition. Keep an eye out for any other intruders. Can't see a sign of Mark Cavendish. There he is, about 8 back in the line, and the speed really is high here now as they're approaching the line. It's going to be some sprint, and it's still Sky leading out.
An awful long lead out here for Bernie Eisel. We can see the speed that he's going as he drops off Luke Rowe.
And Rowe now has the head of the contest, looking to try and get 3 vital seconds here. Here comes the challenge then from Leigh Howard of Orica GreenEDGE. Howard takes it on the line by a scant margin ahead of Luke Rowe, and that means he's got a 3-second bonus there. He started the day 6 seconds behind Cavendish. Now he's only 3 behind. Take a look at this then, Rob.
Well, that was an awful long sprint there that Luke Rowe had to make. But Leigh Howard, he was the one, he had the power, he got by.
Well, vital seconds there. How important are they going to be as the rest of this stage begins to unfold? Confirmation then of the result. Howard takes the 3 seconds, Rowe gets the 2, Downing the 1. Williams didn't get any time, doesn't matter, but he got a very useful point, which means he's increased his lead in the competition. Welcome back, and we're now approaching the glorious Cannock Chase and the first climb of the day, Glacial Boulder, a second cat ascent. 0.6 to the winner, down to 1 for 6th, and a little group slipping away.
Yeah, we've got 7 riders going clear and 1 coming across. That's Endura Racing coming across extremely quick. That looks like Paul Voss from here.
So 8 riders assembling, ready for the start of this first climb. And on the left of our screen there in the bright green and blue, Basso, but there's an attack forming here at the front as we're now on the foot slopes of the climb.
And we've got one of the riders here trying to go off the front, using those motorbikes in front of him to maximum effect.
Well, the length of this ascent is 1 mile, so you need to time your effort well, and this group are beginning to splinter, and this is due to the pressure being applied by the rider escaping.
And the crowds are starting to form at the bottom of the climb. I'm sure there's only going to be more people at the top here seeing the action.
So who's going to grab the points over the top as the break tries to distance itself from the peloton? This is the first key move then of the stage. Remember, they fled into stone all together when they tackled the first Yodel sprint. Now that it's Basso turning the screw, chasing down the leader.
Rally rider here just looking over his shoulder, checking where he is, how far he's got ahead of the riders behind him, and it is Basso who's coming across.
Well, there's the group, and Basso now is being given a helping hand on the front as they try to limit the gains of the man that's taken flight.
And just looking on the back there, one of the young GB riders there in the red, white and blue. Good move by him. We haven't seen much of them all week, but they're starting to push forward now.
Yeah, it's encouraging, isn't it, to see the young riders representing Great Britain having a go, getting involved in the mix, and obviously reflecting that they are not afraid of reputations. But meanwhile, the lone leader continues here, and he's got quite a good advantage.
He has. Looks a little bit like Liam Holohan from here. But as I've said before, the crowd's really starting to pick up now as the sun casts shadows underneath these riders as they go up this climb here, this second category climb.
Yep, this climb of Glacial Boulder at the moment causing a few problems with the group. Now then, look at this, they're starting to come together here, and it's Team NetApp, the rider from Team NetApp, that's closing up on the leader, and that looks like the style of Jan Barta to me. So Barta is beginning to close down on the leader now, and right in his wheel then is the Italian superstar, and that is Basso.
And is that on the right hand side in the green and white jersey? That's Christian Haas. Christian Haas, the leader of the Skoda King of the Mountains jersey, pushing himself up to the front, trying to get points and score here.
Yep, Haas is coming through. Well, his nearest challenger, Urtasun, is not in the group, but here's the attack for the points at the top. It's Barta. Barta's coming up to the line, and there's an attack on the right then from the Escadai rider, and he nearly got pushed into the crowd there, actually, and he gets second over the line, but it was a victory for Jan Barta. So Barta, the man that finished 3rd overall in the race last year, at the top of the climb first. 6 points for him, but more importantly, Christian Haas gets 4, and that's increased his lead in the stranglehold in the King of the Mountains competition. Look at that glorious shot. Cannock Chase at his best.
And here we can see a lot more riders coming up over the top of the climb, and this small group that was off the front is starting to build. A lot more riders coming back together.
Well, it's not a technical descent, so the race pattern could change continually.